Hey everyone, so in this video we'll cover the next topics related to SQL. So earlier I covered the SQL intro, so I covered the select statements and what is the distinct and these topics, and now we'll see where clause, and later we'll cover the order by and the remaining things. So where is nothing but it's a condition. Okay, so based on that particular keyword like where, so you can execute some conditions. So based on that particular conditions, it will filter the records. So let's take one example like select asterisk from customer, so it will give all the columns, right? So which we already discussed. But if we use this keyword where, so we can pass some, we can put some conditions like where country equal to Mexico, then what it will do, out of all the observations it will narrow down, it will filter, so only the observations which is related to the country which is known as Mexico. So based on that it will give you the only it won't give you the complete observations. It based on a certain condition which will which observations satisfy this particular conditions, only you'll get those observations. Like observations are nothing but rows or records. Okay, you only get those content. So that's the advantage of this particular where conditions, right? So let's take, you want to go, you created one customer database, you have a you started one company, so you have customers all over the world, but you want to know so I want to know how many customers are there from Mexico. Then this is the query, this is how you have to execute. So the syntax is like this. Okay, select column and from table where, and after that you have to give the conditions. Okay, so this is the way you can click on run, so you can see here, so only you will get only the data which are related to Mexico. So if you want to give this condition, uh, if I only give this, then you will get entire data set. So see, 91 records are there. But if you give this condition like where country equal to, so it need not to be country, where you can give city also. Maybe we can check where city equal to Berlin. So let's see this, where you can give whatever column you want to give. So based on which column you want to observe, so we can do this as well. So where city equal to, let's run this SQL. See, only one record was there, so with the city in Berlin. So maybe we can try Germany. So I think then in that case you have to pass, instead of city you have to pass country. So I hope you get this concept. Okay, so in this way you can play with this. No, SQL. So this is the syntax. You have to select whatever columns you want to get. If you put asterisk, so you get all the columns, and from which table. So where you from which table you want to get this information, and based on what condition. For that you have to use the syntax. That's the case. So and also remember one thing. So where is need not to be used in select. It has to be used in other also, like update, delete. Obviously, right? So if you want to delete certain roles, you can instead of deleting entire all the observation in a single go, you can put some conditions. I want only remove, I don't want customers from this particular country or this particular place. So you want to remove those people in your database. How you can do, so you can use this condition like select all from table names, or delete uh, all from table name where country equal to, so Mexico or Germany, so whatever. So based on that, it entire rows will be deleted. So in this way, you can do, and you can give something. So see, if it is a text value, you have to give single quotes. Okay, so some go with single quotes only. So few databases like it won't allow double quotes. So that's why all databases allow single quotes. That's why just go with single quotes, so that it will indicate it. You are indicating like it's a text. So if you're dealing with a number, this is the way you have to give. Okay, and also you can put some conditions. Okay, so these operators you can use. With these things we already studied in programming. So logical operators, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, or not equal. And so you have to remember, you have to understand these concepts. These things you already know: equal to, greater than, less than. So in this way you can do. So from what are the products I have, so from that only I want to the results which are greater than 30. So this is the way you get all the data which is greater than 30. So Yeah, 24 records are there. So in this way, you can do some calculations. But you have to understand this one. So between like and this one, you between the certain range. Okay. So suppose if you want to, you want the products which are between 50 and 60 rupees. So this is the common thing which we do in if you want to book some mobile, or if you want to buy a mobile. So we'll check the filter, right? So I want the price between 20,000 to 30,000, or 20,000 to 50,000. So in this range, you will get the mobile list. So in the same way, so these kind of a queries you will pass. So that's why that is a useful. I mean, between is useful in those scenarios. So you can set some range. So between 50 and 60, I want to get the results. Yeah. Then like means it's a pattern. Okay. Sometimes you don't know within a like you want to get the um, cities which starts with a small s, and after that you don't know the rest will be anything. So or country like Spain is there, Singapore is there, those starts with yes, but anything is fine for me. So in that case, you just check one condition like from this data set I want the details based on a country. So that is not related to Spain or Singapore. That basically it has to start with a letter yes. So that's it. So this is how you can view the syntax. You have to start. You have to mention like yes, and after that percentage. Percentage means you can put whatever values you have, like whatever letters you want to put. So it might be Singapore, it might be Spain. So you'll get all these details. So we'll run this. So you can see the city name is Sevilla, San Francisco, Staban. So we can do something like, so we'll try something like country. Mm, we'll run this thing. So see Sweden, Spain, Switzerland. So we'll get all this data. So basically, what we're doing is like we are through this query we are telling to the data. We are giving the instruction to the database like from this entire data set, I want the country list which will start with yes. That's it. So this is how you can do. Okay. So like is that so search for a pattern. In means whether the values or belongs to this particular block or not. So see here what we are doing. Select all the customers where city in. So either this or that, or I mean the city has to be present in this list, or I mean this category. So whatever values are given, uh, if the city is present in the observations are present in these cities, then only you have to give the results. Otherwise, don't give. So that is the condition. I can. So you can just click on run. So you can see here. So you'll get the data only belongs to London and Paris. You won't get any other data. So this is how. So in case if I give only it. So in case if you want to try with one example, better you can directly use where city equal to Paris, right? Don't need to put in. So in means if you want to check multiple things, like so you want the details, so within these categories, like multiple categories you want to use, like 3 4 things you have. So instead of giving and or, so I mean we'll cover those. So instead of giving those, you can directly use this in, and after that you can pass the values in this list format. So then you can get the results. So that's it. Next, we'll go for order by. Order by is majorly used for, so you have the data set. You want to get the data in ascending order, descending order. So in that case, you'll go for order by. By default, it is ascending order. Okay. So if you won't mention anything, like so see this. So like I want the results. Like we'll do, right. So in Amazon or in Flipkart. So in order to select the mobiles, we'll do what sort, like low to high, high to low will check. So that means what will get lowest cost mobiles will be appeared on the top, and then when you scroll down, so you'll get the high cost mobiles. So same way, so we're doing this ascending or descending order. For that purpose, we use this order by query. Sorry, order by keyword. So if you click on this, you can see here. So just run this, you'll get to know based on price they are doing. So you have to remember one thing. So if you want to deal with you can try with product name also. Then in case it will be like alphabetical order. So A B C. So ascending order means small to big. So by default it will be ascending order. Initially if you do this order by the price, it's price is nothing but a number, right? So based on the number it was doing. So you can see the sequence is like 2.5, 4.5. If you go down, so it is in the ascending order because numbers are starting from small, it was going to big. So in case if I want to mention, like I want to results in descending order, I have to explicitly put this thing, like I have to explicitly mention, select all columns from table name which is known as products. You have to order by, like I want the content in the form of ascending order, descending order, related to based on price. So this is the query. So you can frame the query in this format. If you run this, that means big value to small. So you can see here that the highest value will get in the top. That is nothing but a descending order. So this is how it will work. Okay. Yeah. That's how this order by work. Next, we'll see. So yeah, this already covered. Several columns also you can use. Okay, so in case if you want to order by country name and customer, so in that case, what it will do, it will first sort the things. Here it was ascending order because you didn't mention anything. By default, it will go for ascending order. That means small to big. So alphabetical start with A. So A to Z, A to Z. So that is the order. And in case if you give two columns, then first it will sort by country. Then in case if the customer name has same or if the country has same na, then it will be sorted by customer name. So that's why you can run this thing. See, you can see here all the countries are in the format of ascending order. So it will start from based on country, it was sorted, and also based on the customer name. Okay, if the see, this is a perfect example. These countries have the same name, but it was sorted based on the customer name. See, C will start first, and after that M N O P Q R. So see, this is the way. Okay. If you give multiple columns, it will be sorted by in this way. So you can do ascending and descending also in the same query. So ultimately, it's like it. Now the customers, initially it was sorted by country in ascending format, and customer name in the descending format. Okay. Just see this example. So initially it was sorted by Argentina ABC, so that is the way, and customer name will be in the descending order. So within that data set, you are again sorting. If the country has the same name, then the customer name has to be sorted on a descending order. That means big to small. So earlier we have small to big, right? So earlier it was like C, cactus, oceano, rancho, but it was like reversal. So this is how it will work. Next we have and operator. So and we already covered in programming, like our operation boolean operators. In the same way, um, here you can use this and operator. So see, you want certain things, like I want to know customer is from Spain, and also I want to check whether the customer name starts with a G. So then this is the query. You can see here, you can try, you can run SQL. So ultimately you get the results, like the customer who is belongs to Spain, and the person name starts with Z. So this is in these conditions, this understatement will be useful. Okay. The syntax is this. Okay, select whatever columns you want to get and from which table, and after that based on condition varies. Obviously you have to go with, if you want to go with condition, you have to use this where keyword, and after that if you want to use multiple, so you can do multiple conditions. Okay, you can put multiple ands, you can do that stuff, or you can do the or operators also. Or means if either one is true, then it's fine. And means it has to satisfy all the conditions. That is one concept you have to remember. Okay. See, you can this way you can do multiple ands. Okay, so where country is this and city is Berlin and the postal code is greater than this. So based on this condition, I want to get the data. So you can combine and operations and or operations also. It's like select all from. I mean select all uh, data from customers where country is Spain, and this is like either this or either this. If any one of these conditions satisfied, then it's fine. And this condition, either what this one is majorly doing is, it will give you the observations related to Spain, and the customer name is like it will start with Z or it will start with R. So that's it. Any of these things will work. So we'll run this. You can see here all those countries Spain, and after that, and so this entire thing is the customer name will be starts with either Z or R. It's fine. So it's that's why you got the Z as well as R because R condition is there. So then this, and after that we'll go for or operator. So this is like we already know. So either it will give Germany or it's Spain. If any one of the conditions are satisfied, it will give. So that means you will get the results, you will get the observation related to Germany as well as Spain. So okay, done this. See, you can see here Germany as well as Spain we got. That's how this and operators and more operators will work. And we'll go for not. Not means negation. Okay, so negation means you already know. So if you want the true values, if you put not, it will give the false values. So that means we are checking a negative scenario. So okay, so that means select all from customers where not country equal to Spain. Initially, it's like you're checking the observations who are you want to get all the data which are related to country Spain. If you put not condition, that means apart from Spain, you will get all the other data. So that's how it will work. So in this example, so we'll get all the customer list except the uh, customers or except the observations which are belongs to Spain. So you can see here in this data set, sorry in this table, so you won't get any country which is related to Spain because we mentioned this condition. So I don't want the data for customers who are related to Spain. So this is how we can do. So condition is simple. Okay, so you have to put not before the condition. That's it. Not like all the same. So like we already covered, right? So that means you want everyone apart from the people who starts with the customer name starts with A. I don't want those people. So remaining people I want. This is how. Okay. And not in between 10 and 60 apart from so whatever values which are happened between 10 and 60 I don't want that. I want like less than 10 or I mean before 10 and after 60, so those things you're going to get if you execute this query. So not in also same. So this just you can click on try it yourself, you'll get to know. So basic normal things. And insert into means like you have a certain data you want to insert that into table. So uh, we do, right? So we have a pen drive, so we want to insert that into our system, so that you can save in a folder the same way. So you have some new observations, new records you want to add so in the existing table, so then you can use this insert into condition. Okay, so keyword. So basically, so what it will do is you can put some values into the table. So this is the syntax insert into. After that you have to go. So you don't need to mug up the syntax. Okay, you can use some common sense to frame the syntax. Okay, I have to use this insert into where I have to use. So I have to use table, right? So table, then how, for which columns, then obviously you have to pass the columns, and after that what values I have to pass values, and after that whatever values you mentioned here, I mean what are the columns you have, so according to that you have to pass the values, and you have to terminate it using the semicolon. So that's how it will work. Okay, this is a syntax. Okay. You can see here insert into. I'm inserting the data into the customer table, and these are the column names, and these are the values I want to insert. Okay. See, null values means sometimes in a data set or in a table, so you have some null values. That means you don't have any value with that in that. Then how are you going to deal with that? So or how are you going to manipulate? So that's your task. So see, majorly some columns you don't have data like let's take your you are checking for insurance tables or insurance table in the sense every people doesn't have insurance, right? So I mean, if the kids, sometimes if the kid is, or you can say the salary account, so obviously the people who have a job, they have a salary account, so not every individual have a salary account, right? So if the person is studying, he is in 10th class, obviously he won't have any salary account. So then in that case you have to make that field as null, right? So that's why you have certain fields in the table, so those are like null, which means it doesn't have any value. So how to check whether what are the columns I have which is null. So so you can see here, so select column names. Sometimes you have to remember one thing. There are primary keys and those concepts are there, so that will cover in the next sessions. So that column has not to be null, so it must have some value. So okay, so in that case you can't make the column one of the in that columns you can't make that row one of the row values null. So obviously you have to fill that entire every row with some data. So in that case, how you can check? So you can check like this. Okay, select column from table where column name is null. So column name is not null. So you can just do like this. Okay, so you can see here, select I want customer name, contact name, address, from where, like from this customer table where address is null. So I want to know. So sometimes customers won't give the address, right? So then in that case it will be complicated. So what you are checking is, I want to know what is the customer name, what is his contact name, and whoever doesn't given the address. So I want to know their content or their data. So how can I do that? So this is the syntax. I want to get customer name, contact name, and address from this particular table where this address is none. You can just try this. So that means here you got zero, so that means everyone given their address. So yeah, that's how it will work. So address is not null. So that means here I want to know the data. So obviously give me the data in the from the database where address is not null. So that means everyone filled their address with some value. So it's not like completely null. Okay. So just click on this and you'll get to know. So you have all the address. Okay. So you can see here. Then so that's it. That's how this null value and not null value will work. And so that's it, guys, and we'll cover these things like order by and or and not into where also where clause. So we'll cover this update and delete and next things in the next tutorials. And I hope you like this content and you learn something new. So if you feel so, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.